1 2 1 2. Check, 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 check. Okay, we're here again for Windrush remembering the sound man them. Today we're in Huddersfield with Armagiddeon and Earth Rocker. We're going to do the Earth Rocker interview first, and then we're going to do the Armagiddeon interview. Everybody cool with that?
Everybody cool.
Yeah. Okay, Huddersfield. Boy, Huddersfield brings back enough memories, and you're going to call out some of those venues. But yes, I'd like you to introduce yourself, sir.
Well, my name is Norman Modest, but most people know me either as the Dread or the Ras.
Yeah.
And I'm from Earth Rocker.
Okay. Quick first question: what was the inspiration for you and your guys to set up Earth Rocker?
Well, my inspiration came from my mate Stephen Burke, who's always been playing music on his radiogram. I started college at the age of 17. Saw Bob Marley at Leeds Uni.
Okay.
Reggae took my soul, and I joined up with Burke.
Okay. So, was there any economic reasons for you setting up sound systems?
Well, yes. My first couple of times going out, it was like to the white venues, or like I didn't fit in. I felt straight away I didn't fit in, and I needed. Back in the day, you needed your fellow people amongst you. Hence why I went on the sound system trail.
Yeah, I know that feeling. Walking home on a night time was not an easy time.
No.
And why do you think? And that was the reason that you set up the sound system.
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
What year did Earth Rocker set up?
1975, 76.
Okay, 1975, 76. And how did the name come about? How did you choose the name?
The name, it came about funny. We just sat down one night and we're thinking of rumbling. And we thought of the earth going like earthy things. I was a joiner. Thought of trees, and we thought earth. And then we just thought we like to rock people, keep people dancing. And it just blended, and that's how the name arose.
Earth Rocker.
Earth Rocker.
Man. A good name.
Where the volcano on fronted boxes say the earth rumbling.
Yeah. And with the bass that used to be there, it was about shaking.
It was about shaking the place.
Yeah. And how many was there in your sound?
Well, there were 3 Earth Rocker members, but we had like 15 guys in the sound who did certain things that we had to bring in in order to maintain and run the sound.
Okay, so there was 3 main Earth Rocker people.
Three main Earth Rocker.
And then the rest were supporters
of Earth Rocker.
Okay, and what roles did they have and play, and why? What roles did you have within the sound?
Well, I was the manager, and the size of the boxes back in the day, you couldn't carry it by yourself. You needed a lot of manpower to physically carry your sound about. And a lot of people did that to get in the dance for free.
Okay, yeah.
So that's how it came about. If they came and lift boxes, you got it for free.
So you was the manager. What other roles did you have in your sound?
We had the technician, the man who just sorted out the preamplification. Stephen Burke, brilliant he was. Selector, manager, mic man.
Who was the operator? Did you not have
Stephen Burke was the engineer. He was the engineer, the selector,
and the operator. Okay. And where did you, back in them days, where did you get your music from? How did you get your music? Whereabouts did you get your music from?
A lot from London.
Yeah.
We used to travel down to London once a month.
Any record in Pacific record shops you can remember?
Dub
Vendor, anybody else?
I used to go to Blacker's record shop a few times, but Vendor always seemed to have the latest. They seemed to be in front of everybody else.
Yeah. Did you start mail ordering as well with Dub Vendor?
Mail order was first, then obviously we wanted to see where they were coming from, so we used to go down. What you ordered was totally different from what you could get when you went to the shop.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. So you only went to London, you never went to Birmingham or anywhere like that?
Very rarely went to Birmingham. Birmingham had a different style.
Yeah, definitely.
Birmingham were a bit more heavy roots, which it's all right if you're that way inclined, but for the masses, we wanted records for the masses, which
Okay. So London was your target.
London was with target.
Okay. Can you give us a list of a couple of venues you used to play in Huddersfield, and then maybe any venues you played outside of Huddersfield?
Well, mainly we played Ventry was one of the main venues, but we started off in a youth club, Baby Civic.
Okay.
And we used to play there every Friday. Moved on from there, went to Leeds. We used to play in Mayflower in Bradford, Green Lane. Went to Manchester, but Leeds was the main.
Yeah.
That's where we made our name in Leeds.
Coming to play at the community
The
centre.
community centre,
Yeah,
Town Road, every Friday. That went on for 6 years.
Yeah,
believe
6
it or not.
years.
6 years that went on for.
Okay. So you mentioned you played all over. You played Leeds, Bradford, Huddersfield.
Nottingham.
Nottingham.
We played all over, but mainly up north. We did London, Luton, Northampton, but they were one-offs.
Yeah.
Because back in the day,
And where was you? So your best place for playing was where?
Leeds.
You like Leeds.
Leeds were nice.
Okay. Does your sound still exist now?
No, the sound's there, but everybody's on a different thing now.
None of the sound
Some
members went into radio or anything like that?
They do radio occasionally. A few of them do CDs and what have you, but over the years it's died off.
Okay.
Where everybody's just living their life.
Okay, respect for that, sir. The Dread from Earth Rocker in Huddersfield. The Dread, remember him?
Thank you.
Okay, moving on. We're still in Huddersfield. We're going over to Huddersfield over the years. A sound called Armagiddeon. We've got Daddy Lee here. Daddy Lee, I'm going to hit you with the same questions. What was your inspiration to set up a sound system and why?
Right, our inspiration to set up a sound system, obviously, when we was growing up, there was the big London sounds, the big sounds from Birmingham, Jack Shaka, Jungle Man, Jack Tubbies, Coxon. But a more local inspiration was Earth Rocker, who guided us as we was building our sound, and Shaka Tone. So before we built our sound, them were the two main sounds in Huddersfield, Shaka Tone and Earth Rocker. So we got our inspiration from them two sounds.
What about Ghost Hi-Fi?
Not really.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, he was around them times, but he didn't inspire us.
So what year did Armagiddeon set up?
About 1981.
81.
81.
Okay. And how did your name come about? How did the name Armagiddeon come about?
In them times, cause we was all conscious youths when we was growing up. We was members of the 12 tribes. So them were the times we was living in. Armagiddeon, you know, the last days. So this is how we got our name.
Okay.
All of us in the sound were very conscious.
Okay.
You know, very conscious, and you know, Africa thinking. So that's how we got his name, Armagiddeon, the last days.
Okay. And how many man did you have in your sound?
There's about 25 man in our sound.
Wow.
There was 5 main man.
Yeah.
And then there was 25 man in the sound.
Okay.
So everybody in the sound had the roles, but there was 5 man that controlled the sound.
Okay.
But we was known as the Armagiddeon squad.
Okay.
Yeah, because there was so many of us.
Okay. Did you get all of them mundane dances when you got to dances?
Yeah. The boys were coming in. Because everybody had the role. So everybody had the role. So the box boys, the technicians, the security, everybody had the role. So everybody that came with the sound was coming in with the sound.
Okay. You mentioned there was 5 men. What roles did guys have in your sound? You know, what were the kind of roles? Because with Earth Rocker, it's the first time I'd heard of manager.
Yeah.
So what kind of roles did you have
we had
in
a
your
manager.
sound?
So we had a sound manager, P. Benji. Then I was the selector for the sound. Plus I did all the bookings. So I organised all the bookings. I did all the flyers and whatever. I was the contact, you know, with the other sounds to put on dances, the clubs and whatever. We had the technician.
Who was
Debo. So Debo was a technician and operator. So he looked after the amps, made sure the amps was alright. Alongside him was Eco Ranger, so Eco was like his assistant. And then we had the mic men, Robbie Roo, Admiral and T-Dread.
Okay.
And then obviously we had other man out of the 25 that could chat on the mic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Where did Armagiddeon buy its music? How did it get its music?
Again, it was London, Dub Vendor. That's where we mainly got mail order. Occasionally we'd go down to London and buy music and whatever. But it was mainly mail order, Dub Vendor. And it was just like, you know, the list had come through and certain artists, you know, certain artists, yeah, we need to get that. And then certain tune would take a chance on and
Okay, yeah. Where did you play? Give us a couple of names. I see lots of posters here. Give us like 5-6 venues. Give us your venues in Huddersfield.
Yeah, we played all over. We played all over the UK. We played in Amsterdam twice.
Okay.
In Huddersfield, we played Ven Street. That was the dancehall capital. Yeah. That was a dancehall centre. I'd say for West Yorkshire.
Yeah.
So we played Ven Street. We played Arawak Club. We played Friendly and Trades. We played all the youth clubs and community centres: Lockwood Community Centre, Deaton Community Centre, Birkby Civic Community Centre. So all the main venues that you could bring your sound in that era, we played at all them venues.
And it was funny back in them times that I was speaking in Bradford the other day that they used to allow us to get town halls and places like that. It was really quite strange that back in them days you could play at you could play in the town hall and you'd go in the town hall and there'd be lots of wires stringing across the place. But then all of a sudden they stopped that, But we used and venues outside of Huddersfield. Where did you play?
We played Chapeltown Community Centre. We played Mandela Centre in Leeds. Manchester, we played Moss Side Community Centre, PSV Club, Russell Club. We played Blues regular in Manchester. Bradford, we played Palm Cove, Mayflower, again Bibbies, all the main venues in Bradford, Mappa. Sheffield, we played Turn Ups and Donkey Mans in Sheffield. And then we played, throughout the UK, but the venues up north, we played there regular. Yeah, they were regular venues.
You mentioned that you played quite extensively throughout Britain, and you mentioned that you went to even Amsterdam, so played in Europe as well. Does your sound still play now?
No, the sound doesn't play now because every man's busy doing other things. So ideally, if we had a set of youths that we could have passed the sound down to, that would have been the ideal scenario, but that didn't happen. We still got the equipment, we've got all those old amps that we got from Tubby's, those Tubby's amps, there's Tubby's preamps, and we've still got the boxes. Okay. Occasionally, over the years, people have borrowed like the boxes or they might have borrowed an amp. So we've got the sound parked up, but every man's busy doing other things.
As a final question, and I want to throw this question now thanks for that, out to the both of you. Thinking back, give me 3 sounds that were from outside of Huddersfield that really had an impact on you.
3 sounds.
3 sounds.
I would say Jatubby's from London, definitely.
Coxon.
Yeah, definitely with sound quality and just length of time in the business. Jatubby's, Jashaka, without a doubt. Yeah.
Moambasa.
Coxon, Sir Coxon. All them 3 are foundation
sounds. That's your 3. You give me your 3.
Moambasa,
yeah man.
Coxon,
Quaker City.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to know, at the end of the day, because sometimes what you find is the kind of older guys, they have a certain set of sounds, and then those that came after them just have a certain different set of sounds. Because for me, Mafia Tone, Quaker City, and probably Coxon. But then there's the Moambasa, Soprano B, Frontline, Jemmy Magic, so yeah.
Plenty songs.
Yeah, man. So when you think about it, anyway, brethrens, respect for that.
Jealous.
You know, again, Windrush remembering the sound system man them in Huddersfield with Armagiddeon and Earth Rockers. Definitely two foundation sounds of Huddersfield. Thank you very much for that. Thank you.